In the headlines, mixed reactions trail Muslim ticket as Kashim Shettima emerges as Tinubu's running mate. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency arrests man for recruiting orphan for drug trafficking. On the foreign scene, Portugal deploys 3,000 firefighters to battle heatwave blazes. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I'm Dashan Husseina Usman. Now the news in detail. Reactions are trailing the emergence of Senator Kashim Shettima as Bola Tinubu's running mate for the 2023 general elections. While Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Festus Keyamo, describes Shettima as a worthy choice, the spokesperson for the Christian Association of Nigeria, Adebayo Ladeji, says a Muslim ticket in a polarized country is wrong and insensitive. Also speaking, former Secretary General of Arewa Consultative Forum, Anthony Sani, has said the choice of APC to present a Muslim ticket will further divide Nigeria rather than uniting the nation. Similarly, Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Festus Keyamo, has described Senator Kashim Shettima as a worthy choice of a running mate for Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, had on Sunday announced after a meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari in Daura, Katsina State, that he would be running the 2023 race with Shettima. Speaking to newsmen after his closed-door meeting with the president, Tinubu said Shettima was selected because the former Borno State governor is competent, capable, reliable, and able to be picked as a running mate. Reacting to the developments, Mr. Keyamo was of the opinion that Tinubu has made a great choice. The minister, who aired his view on Twitter, described Shettima as a quintessential banker, an economist, suave gentleman, and politician who is intellectually fertile and economically sound. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Al-Alibaba, has deployed senior police officers for the July 16 governorship election in Osun State, promising tight security for the exercise. The force public relations officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, disclosed this in a statement issued on Sunday, saying the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the Force Criminal Investigation Department, DIG Johnson Babatunde Kokumo, will supervise the election. To assist Kokumo are 4 Assistant Inspectors General of Police, 4 Commissioners of Police, 15 Deputy Commissioners of Police, and 30 Assistant Commissioners of Police. According to the force spokesman, adequate police personnel of the rank of Chief Superintendents of Police and below have equally been deployed for the election. As a means of boosting security for the exercise, the IGP further noted that the personnel comprising conventional police officers, police mobile force, counter-terrorism unit, special forces personnel, explosives ordnance disposal unit, Force Intelligence Bureau, Interpol Special Protection Unit, Police Air Wing, Public Relations Department, as well as police medical teams will be on the ground to guarantee free, fair, credible, and acceptable elections. Attempt by a human trafficker, Matthew Bassi, to export illicit drug to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, by planting same in the luggage of an orphan, Ms. Peter Gift Eno, recruited for a phantom job in the Arab nation, has been thwarted by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Bassi, 29, from Oron local government area, Akwa Ibom State, was arrested on Wednesday, 6 July, following the interception of Eno at the departure hall of the Lagos airport. Here's a recap of the agency's activities in the last 1 week.
When Eno's luggage was searched, 50 parcels of cannabis concealed in food items were discovered, while there were discrepancies between the age she declared and the date of birth on her international passport. Investigations show that the victim, who hails from the same local government area, recently lost her mother and as a result made it easy for Bassi to recruit her with the promise of securing her a job in Dubai. In a related development, the desperate bid by drug trafficker Aloysius Ajuruchukwu Onyekwe To travel by road to Algeria through Sokoto State with ingested 47 wraps of cocaine in his stomach has been frustrated by NDLE operatives who intercepted him in Ibadan, Oyo State. 26-year-old Onyekwe was arrested on Sunday, 3rd July at Ojo Park, Ibadan, where he went to board a vehicle en route Sokoto to Algeria. The father of a 10-month-old child who passed out the 47 pellets of cocaine in 5 excretions confessed that he began his journey to Algeria from Sele area of Okota, Lagos, where he ingested the illicit drug weighing 1.1 kilograms. Also in Oyo State, no fewer than 1,900 tablets of tramadol, 225 milligrams, were seized from a drug dealer, Mustafa Ijibula, 22 years of age, who was arrested in Yola Adamawa-bound commercial vehicle stopped for routine search along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. In Akwa Ibom State, a trans-border trafficker, Funko Darcy, 31 years of age, was on Friday, 8 July, arrested with 6,000 tablets of tramadol, 225 milligrams, weighing 3 kilograms, by officers of marine units of the agency when a commercial boat he boarded was intercepted and searched on his way to Cameroon. The suspect concealed the recovered drugs inside Indomie noodles carton. In the same vein, a wanted drug dealer, Udwak Edidiong Samuel, 29, was arrested on Tuesday, 5th July, after attending a court proceeding where his wife was undergoing trial for another drug case. Over in Edo State, a notorious drug dealer, Beauty Dauda, 27 years of age, has been arrested with various quantities of meth, heroin, cannabis, and crack cocaine in a densely populated slum along Lagos Bypass, Benin City. She was arrested on Wednesday, 6 July, after NDLE operatives were able to break through the ring of protection often provided her by hoodlums and touts in the area. The chairman, chief executive officer of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Muhammad Buba Marwa, retired, has commended the officers and men of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Oyo, Akwa Ibom, and Edo commands of the agency for staying vigilant and proactive in their areas of responsibility. A statement from the Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, says the DG charged them and their colleagues across the country not to rest on their oars until the war against illicit drug is won.
Governor Aminu Bello Masari has called on Muslim faithfuls to use the opportunity of Eid al-Kabir to reflect and seek forgiveness. He also urged the people of Katsina State to pray for the nation to overcome insecurity that has bedeviled the country. Jamilu Mabai reports.
Governor Aminu Masari, who congratulated Muslims Ummah for witnessing another Salah, spoke to journalists after the Eid Kabir prayer held at the prayer ground in Modoja Central Mosque. He reminded all that Eid al-Kabir is a day for sacrifice and thanks to Allah, adding that the celebration offers the nation an opportunity to seek forgiveness and to pray for the state at this critical time of insecurity across the nation.
And we should be the judge of ourselves, examine ourselves, what we are doing, what we did yesterday, what we are doing today, what we hope to do tomorrow, and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to come to our rescue, especially in this very difficult and challenging time of this insecurity, banditry, insurgency, which is bedeviling not only Katsina State and Nigeria, but almost all over the world.
One remarkable feature of the festival is the slaughtering of rams by the faithful to demonstrate the belief in Prophet Ibrahim's submission to Allah through sacrifice. A typical Muslim's joy during the season is the ability to afford a ram to fulfill the awesome obligation. But prices of livestock that have hit the roof sent jitters down the spines of the faithful due to the biting economy and its attendant hardship.
To gaskiya batun cinikayyar raguwa ta wannan shekara gaskiya sai dai in ce sai dai addu'a saboda gaskiya muna cikin halin.
This year, business of ram is not profitable. Customers are not coming.
Gaskiya.
In my opinion, I think people don't have money and the delayed payment of salary are factors that contribute to low patronage. Trust TV observed that the prices of ram have increased by almost 30 to 70% as a result of the high cost of food as farmers shun farming due to insecurity. A glaring reality as at this morning, merchants are yet to make sales while buyers are nowhere to be found. Jamilu Mabai, Trust TV News, Katsina.
In the same vein, hundreds of Muslim faithfuls in Jigawa State joined their counterparts around the world to mark this year's Eid al-Kabir. In Kazori Emirates, faithfuls are advised to sustain the spirit of love, peace and unity as contained in the teaching of Islam. Trust TV's Idris Jibrin reports that residents came out in large numbers to mark the 10th day in the Muslim month of Zulhijjah. The report.
Gathered in Kazore Central Eid Ground are hundreds of residents from villages and towns of the kingdom, including the first-class Emir of Kazore, Alhaji Najib Usaini, the Nigeria's Minister of Water Resources, traditional and community leaders. Like their fellow Muslims across the globe, they observe the 2 rak'at prayers, effectively fulfilling another fundamental pillar of Islam. The message here is simple but strong: peace and unity.
It is mandated on us to continue to praise Allah for what He has done to us and to continue to seek for His guidance, for His forgiveness, and for His favor in whatever we do, so that we can continue to coexist and survive through the tides of this time. But most importantly, also to continue to pray, to seek Allah's protection, and to get ourselves out of the mess we find ourselves in this country as far as the issue of security is concerned. How people are bedeviling us, killing people, kidnapping, ransom, and so on and so forth. So this issue of insecurity is not just a man-made issue, but we have to seek for Allah's intervention.
Highlight of this year's Eid in Kazore include the traditional Hawan Sallah by the Emir, his district heads, and other traditional title holders.
I urge you to fear Allah in all that you do. It is now the time for rainy season, and we pray for Allah to give us the best of it. I also urge you to go back to Almighty Allah. We should seek forgiveness. Any society that turns it back from Almighty Allah, God will also turn away from that society. Let's strive to love one another during this important period of Salah.
For the resident of Kazauri, it's time for sacrifices, caring and sharing with one another. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Kazauri.
You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up after the break. How struggling mother of 6 defies odds to celebrate Eid. Do stay with us.
To every politician, as the campaigns gain momentum and passions begin to rise, remember, the errors of your opponents do not make you a success. Do not run down your opponent and inflame passions to violence between and among your supporters. What counts is what you plan to do for the electorate and how you intend to relieve the sufferings and bring succor. Nigeria is in dire need of patriotic leaders at all levels, leaders who will make national development their priority. Concentrate on telling the electorate what you intend to do when you get into office. Focus on making your vision clear to the electorate. Don't engage in verbal abuses, fake news or speeches. Keep dealing with issues that will bring progress. You win the hearts and minds of the people by being above board, by being civil, patriotic, and showing empathy. Let's join hands to make the 2023 elections peaceful. A message from the National Orientation Agency.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Here's a recap of our top stories. You heard that mixed reactions trail Muslim ticket as Kashim Shettima emerges Tinubu running mate. We also told you that National Drug Law Enforcement Agency arrests man for recruiting orphan for drug trafficking. Moving on to more news, diversity took center stage at this year's Eid al-Adha celebration in Bloomington, Indiana, United States of America, as the Muslim community gathered to celebrate. Because it is summer, individuals from different countries had the opportunity to explore Eid in the U.S. It kicked off with the Eid prayers, sermon, and breakfast provided by the community, while networking is happening in the background.
Very glad for being at Bloomington, Indiana. We have been here for 6 weeks, and this is the first time in my life to celebrate Eid outside of my country. And we are just at the Eid prayers, and everything is wonderful and exciting.
We are lucky to belong to this Muslim community. We are very lucky because it is our first time at Bloomington, and it seems that we were here forever. Eid Mubarak to all the Nigerian community. Also, I wish you the best.
It's amazing, as you see, like everybody, it's a community which stick together, and especially that old guy, he was here like for more than 30 years. That's a good reason to say why I move anywhere else. And in this, as you know, you feel like you in your own, this country, when you come from Senegal or anywhere, come here, you see like your brothers, and everybody's like brothers and sisters, and no difference in color or anything, which that makes it so amazing.
I'm right here in Switchyard Park, Bloomington, Indiana, where the Muslim community have gathered to celebrate Eid by starting out with the Eid prayers. As you can see, there are hundreds of people trooping in to celebrate this year's Eid with other Muslim faithfuls.
Still on the festivities, as many who live below poverty line struggle to enjoy Eid al-Adha amidst rising cost of living. The story of a mother of 6 who lives in an uncompleted apartment in Abuja should inspire others who face similar challenges to rise up and embrace petty business in order to defy the odds. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports.
She is simply identified as Mamang Hassana, a mother of 6 kids. She, her husband and children live in this uncompleted apartment for 10 years now.
We have been living here for 10 years precisely. My husband is looking after the building. We have 6 kids. We thank God for this Salah because it is hitch-free for us. No one is supporting us financially, but we feed, clothe, and send our children to school.
Though her husband is not strong financially, she takes the challenge by engaging in food vending to take care of their children's education, clothing, and other needs.
We are managing our lives here. You know, living in Abuja is not easy.
While many people living below poverty line are finding it difficult to meet their family's Salah demands, Mama Hassana is able to do a lot for her family. Beyond sacrificing ram as enjoined by the scripture, she is able to sew a new set of clothes for her kids. She has a word for women who are fond of not appreciating their husbands.
That's lack of appreciating God. I advise my fellow women to always thank God and thank their husbands no matter the circumstances.
Even without a decent accommodation for her family, she remains contented with life in the circumstance. This is about to change, however, as the owner of the building appeared interested in developing it further 10 years later. This may alter the little joy out of her family. Shapir Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The Federal Commissioner of the National Population Commission in charge of Kogi State, Professor Isa Habibat Jimo, has said that the 2023 population and housing census exercise may be devoid of manipulation because it will be centered on digital capturing, not manual. Jimo, who disclosed this at the weekend, said the era where politicians and other interest groups would manipulate the exercise and record wrong results is over. He said the 2023 census exercise will be different, saying once an individual is captured by the machine, it goes directly to their center cyber at the headquarters, and there's no way anybody can change the information as recorded. While he stressed that the staff of the commission have been adequately motivated to that effect, he said that will make them minimize being corrupt by host people, community, and politicians. The Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Mele Kyari, says they are working to resolve issues around the supply disruption of premium motor spirit, otherwise known as petrol. Kyari, who disclosed this to newsmen in Daurakat's interstate after he paid a Salah homage to President Muhammadu Buhari, added that fuel scarcity will be tackled in a couple of days. On the cost of petrol, he said the NNPC is working to resolve the logistics cost to ensure that the price of the product is stabilized in the nearest future.
Yes, first, there's no question around it. Mr. President has exercised his discretion and the right decision to increase the cost of transportation by 10 naira. That means that transporters will be able to take product from any fuel station, from any depot, and take it to the furthest fuel station without any fence. We also acknowledge that there are some pressing logistic challenges, particularly in the marine, and we are resolving those, but particularly so that we are convinced that these prices will normalize very soon.
Away from Nigeria, wildfires are sweeping across northern and central Portugal, where an estimated 3,000 firefighters and more than 60 aircraft are battling to quell the flames amid scorching temperatures. Portuguese authorities have announced a state of contingency as at least 29 people have suffered minor injuries from the fires. The European Union Crisis Commissioner, Janez Lenarčič, said the UN has activated its firefighting air fleet assistance program that allows member nations to share resources. Spain, which has already endured wildfires recently, quickly responded by mobilizing 2 firefighting planes to send to its Iberian neighbor. The EU says climate change has the continent facing one of its hardest years for natural disasters such as droughts and wildfires. And finally, in sports, Charles Leclerc claimed a commanding victory to revive his hopes for winning the title. Leclerc's victory was his 3rd of the season and first since the Australian Grand Prix in April. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc passed title rival Max Verstappen 3 times on his way to a commanding victory in the Austrian Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz was on course to make it a Ferrari 1-2 before he suffered an engine failure with 14 laps to go, the latest in a series for Ferrari. Leclerc faced the tense final 10 laps with a sticking throttle, cut Verstappen's championship lead to 38 points to revive his hopes. With this, we've come to the end of Trust News Update. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Darshan Hussaina Usman. Thanks for watching.